Hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Leap Taken. This is Mika here at Leap Taken. I talk about all things witchy, craft-related, law of attraction, manifesting, esoteric, and everything else in between. Hopefully you can hear me okay as my computer make noises. Sorry about that. Anyway, welcome. I have a little bit of a mini haul. Went to Five Below and got some things that are, witchy to me. And I want to talk about this book, Anatomy of a Witch, A Map to the Magical Body. But first, let me get to the cover. Let me show you the cover so you know what I'm talking about this book. So this is the cover. Don't mind my nails. I'm about to get those done. Anyway, good book. Oh, I cut my fingers at some point. I have been out and about this morning, and forgive me, y'all, I might be snacking a little bit because I didn't have time to eat because I was running around like a crazy person. I didn't have to, but I did. It was fun. Anywho, so let's get into this haul because I was actually really impressed with Five Below, what they've been having lately in the store. And I know you can get things online, but I shop online all the time. But sometimes you want to, I want the experience of going into the store. I'm a homebody. I'm home most of the time. I'm never really going out. So I like to be able to go out occasionally. So let's get into some of the fun stuff that I got. First off, they have these essential oils: Peppermint Dream, Deep Pine, Pomegranate Zest, Winter Essential Oils. So I thought this is a great blend of oils. Still feeling the whole embok. By the way, that's not like just one day to me. That's like a phase of time, a season, if you will, a part of the season. So this will go nicely because I have an oil burner. So this is going to go because I want to still reflect in this season. I still like this time I'm planning, but I still like to reflect in these scents, like the Peppermint Dream. That's good to me. It gives a little bit more zest. That Deep Pine, thought-provoking, and that Pomegranate Zest is also kind of like action-oriented. It's sort of like putting me in the mind frame of, plan it, but like get ready to actually do it, whatever it is that I'm manifesting and things like that. Anyway, it's a whole energetic thing. So yes, when I saw this, I said, this makes sense to me. Then on the same scents thing, I saw that they have these are incense. This one is warm vanilla, and it smells pretty good from what I can tell. It's not bad. I mean, there's been worse things that I've purchased that were supposedly really nice smelling good things, and they were not. They were not. And I don't have any scissors nearby. Let me see. Yeah, it's not even that strong. But anyway, I like this a lot. I don't get what this handle thing is supposed to be doing. But anyway, this is cute. And also I'm thinking, I can do something with spell work with this at a later date. I guess it goes like this. Huh? Do it go like... I am so confused at what this thing is supposed to be doing. I don't get it. Anyway, so that's the incense. This is the incense. Then, for that one... And by the way, I didn't even talk about it. The heart chakra, which... this is the advertising. This is how, if you choose to so use it, but I don't know, love, shiso, warm vanilla, shiso and warm vanilla. I don't know, something about that still resonates with me. Warm vanilla for sure with this time of year. Again, we're still in the winter. We're just past midwinter, but we're still very much in winter. And for those in cold climates, y'all, I don't have to tell you that. Then I got this one here. This is, incense sticks with holder. I didn't even pay attention to that. Orange fragrance. But I think I mentioned before, I like a citrus scent. I love a citrus scent. So it says with holder. Is that what that's? Oh, that's what that's for. I'm slow, y'all. I guess this is the this is the holder. That other thing is not. It's got a little hole there. So this is the hole. Oh, this is cute. Anyway, so incense sticks. Orange to me, sometimes instead of saging, I like to use citrus scents when I'm doing like a cleansing and things like that. Honestly, that's more to me like sometimes even an everyday cleansing. I don't know. I needed more incense. Let's just start there. So I got this here. I love this box. Oh, isn't it cute? I love it. I'll probably go back and get more, but this is lemongrass, a wooden incense box with 10 incense sticks. Obviously $5 is Five Below. And here you go. So it's just the incense sticks in here. There you go. I don't know, it's cute. Oh, I like it. So it's some place to put my incense. At first I was confused. I was like, do I burn them in here? No, you can hold them in here. So I think that's really nice. All right, then the shirts. Everybody know Five Below has t-shirts. They shrink immediately, so that's why I don't rewear them. But hopefully I won't have, I'm on my weight loss kick right now. So anyway, never too old for fairy tales. Never too old for fairy tales. And I totally agree with that. I will always, on some level, have belief in fairy tales. Next one. I'm sorry to be smacking, but I'm hungry. Give this world positive energy. Put that energy out there. I know I'm doing the best I can. I'm not trying to add to, something terrible. I'm not trying to add negative energy into the world. So, okay. And then the last thing. This little cute book, The Magic of Astrology. Let me tell you why I got this book. Because I thought I was going to get another one. I was like, let me be easy on these. I'm not going to probably get to it, so I'm not going to waste my money. Well, it's $5, but still. Anyway, there was something, I flipped through here, because of course I started with myself Aries, because it was a very Aries thing to do. I didn't look at any other signs. But anyway, I'm just being honest. And it's always the first, so it's easy. So anyway, they talk all about Aries and, the typical stuff that you're used to hearing. Things Aries are really good at. Aries folks are all about action. They set goals, take charge, and appreciate challenges. They do not shy away from a fight, which makes them fierce defenders, committed activists, and strong leaders. I can get with that. Ways Aries can stretch themselves, pausing to reflect and evaluate is hard for a doer like Aries, but sometimes taking a step back shows the best way forward. Agree. Strengths and weaknesses. I want to just skip to the weaknesses. Aggressiveness. Argumentative. I don't think I'm argumentative. I don't. I really don't. I feel like that's something I've been being. Okay. This goes into another bucket, but aggressive, argumentative as a black woman in this country. I can only speak from that experience. You try your hardest not to be considered aggressive and argumentative. So I'm very ultra aware of trying to temper that, probably in a way that's not even beneficial to me. It's just helping others in a perception that, can't even be changed because they're going to believe what they believe. But moving on, fearful, impatient, impulsive, opinionated. Well, yeah, quick-tempered, probably. And then it just breaks down. And this is what I like this whole page over here. I like what they were talking about here. It's like your element is fire. We knew that. Ruled by Mars. Colors, eggplant, red, rust. Gems and minerals, amethyst, diamond, garnet. Animals and insects. The fire ant. I think the hell not. Hawk, ram, and wildcat. Dylan says, hi, finally made it. Yes, you did. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Plants and flowers, calendula, impatiens, zebra plant. Famous Aries, Lady Gaga, y'all knew that. Little Nas X, who I love. Kristen Stewart. Reese Witherspoon, I love her. Anyway, so it's just like, and then it goes a little bit more. It's a cute book. Lucifer's late. There's exactly. Hello, hi. How to get along with Aries. Actually, me being a real Aries typical, this was appealing to me. Enjoy having adventures. Don't be boring. Agreed. Give space and encourage Aries independence. Definitely agreed. And respond quickly to messages. Don't make Aries wait. Make me wait if you want. I won't keep waiting. Anyway, signs Aries gets along with: Aquarius, Gemini, Leo, Sagittarius. Fun fact. I've been married twice, and one was a Gemini, one was an Aquarius. Crazy. I have never been in a relationship that I can remember with a Leo. And my son's a Sagittarius, and we get along great. And my daughter's an Aries, so we're good. Signs who don't always get Aries: Cancer, Capricorn, Libra. Kristen Stewart keeps coming up on Psychic's radar. Ooh, really? Really? The Capricorn thing is in it. My mom's a Capricorn, and I feel like we are always, for as long as I can remember, we butt heads. So that makes a lot of sense. Cancer, I don't have a lot of Cancers in my life. I really don't. And I don't know any Libras personally, like relationship-wise, friendship-wise, like close relationships that I know of. I could be skipping. But anyway, romantically involved, nah, I don't remember ever coming. Maybe that's why, right? We're just automatically rejecting each other. But anyway, it's all kinds of cool stuff in here, like out and about. Your lucky day is Tuesday. I agree. When I was a kid, if you asked me my favorite days of the week, I would say Tuesdays and Thursdays, obviously the weekend. But what did you say, Dylan? I would say I'm not too bad with patience. I've gotten better over the years. I've gotten better. But you mellow out with age. But Tuesday was my favorite day. Lucky number 9. I don't know about that. I could get with it, though. I don't know if it's my lucky number, though. If I remember correctly, my best friend is a Libra. Wow. Activities Aries enjoys. I was drumming. Why? Because we like making noise or something? Extreme sports like motocross, hot yoga, skydiving. I don't want to do any of those things. But they do have car and bike racing. I don't know about racing, but when I was a kid, one of my favorite physical activities was riding a bike. I talked about that before. Home and away. Ways to design your space to align with Aries. Embrace bold colors. I would say bold prints as well. The overall vibe should be dramatic or even audacious. Y'all see this colorful rug and this paper I got in back of me, and I'm not even done with this run. Mixed patterns, I do. Light a fire or burn candles to convey Aries passions with it. I already do that for myself. Dylan says, I was born on a Tuesday or a Monday. I'm an Aries. Of course you are. No. Cool. Hi, Karen B. Places Aries definitely needs to travel to. So here's where we need to travel, my Aries friends. Alice Springs in Allura, Australia. Buenos Aires, Argentina. Cappadocia in Turkey. Florence, Italy. I'm already there. I'm going there. Grand Canyon, Arizona. Hey. Nashville, Tennessee did that. Skeleton Coast National Park in Namibia. I'll get there. I'm hella great at racing games. Does that count? Yes, it does count. Just wanted to stop by to say hello. Have a great day. Oh, thank you too. Thank you for stopping by. And then they go on to talk about health and wellness, things that nourish. Why am I struggling with that word? Aries. Spicy food, bold flavors. As I sit here and eat Chick-fil-A because I was in a rush. Y'all forgive me. What do I mean? And Aries will almost never say no to meat. But vegetarian Aries can compromise with hearty dishes like grilled halloumi or portobello mushrooms. Very true. Right, Grand Canyon. Visiting a sauna or taking a hot bath helps stimulate the Aries natural Aries passion for life. I like this. Okay, so this is 5 below. Interesting stuff. If you want to get to know somebody else and their sign, pick up this book. Sorry about the chewing. But that's my 5 below haul. Now I want to get into this book. This book is interesting, guys. And in full disclosure, I'm still actively reading the book. But I wanted to talk about it. And I wanted to encourage you to get it. From what I've read so far, I'm in. I'm watching this while I'm putting away dishes. Oh, good. Multitask. let me tell you the book. I wasn't sure. I've been wanting to get this book, Anatomy of a Witch, right? I've seen this book. I've been wanting to get it. I just never got around to doing it. I don't know why. There's no reason. I have a list. And there's books that I want to do for the channel, books I want to read. There's the Coven thing. And now, if you're become a member of YouTube, I have a book club. So now there's a list for that as well. And that's a bigger list because I like to provide options to vote on. So I got a lot of books to be read. So I'll just say that. So I'm constantly reading more than one book. I like my personal fiction books for my own, I like to read. And then I'm usually reading like 2 non-fiction books and probably one other thing throughout the week. I'll be all over the place, but I get it done. Let's talk about how this book is divided, because I think that's the key thing to take away. So the contents, there's the introduction, of course. And then she breaks down, chapter 1 is Witch Lungs. Next chapter is Witch Heart, the Serpent, Witch Bones, the Weaver, Loving the Magical Body, Touch the Sky, Kiss the Earth, Tending the Cauldrons, Home Within the Temple, and then there's a conclusion. So the Witch Lungs, chapter 1. Ooh, and I immediately went to Witch Heart by mistake. Anyway, that I didn't know. I was very intrigued to begin with, trying to understand what is this book about. She means anatomy. What you thought you read is what it is. And she just breaks down. I don't know. Right now, I'm on chapter 1. Full disclosure. I got this from my Kindle, and I've been reading other things. But I took my time. First, I was going to skim it. Then I was like, no, let me get into it. It's actually a really good book. I'm only, like I said, I'm in one chapter. I like one that she does something called rituals and journal prompts and things like that. I like that. I like something that encourages me to be active with it. A spell for summoning the sovereign self. This is all in just that first chapter, by the way. I have got to stop this thing from going off. Let me do that. Anyway, yeah, but she gives us, it's not a spell book, so don't think that. It's, you sit down and you get comfortable with this book, you read it. It's, I don't know, when she starts talking about like air and how you use it, it's not like just an elemental thing. I don't know, let me get to what she said, because it was something in the beginning that caught my attention. Mika, come on. Witch lungs teach us the following. Everything and everyone is interconnected on some level. We're constantly shifting and exchanging connections, particles, ideas, energy, essence. The breathing in and the breathing out. She talked about that. And I was like, oh, I mean, you know this, but when you stop and like kind of singularly focus on it, you're breathing in. I'm breathing in the air that has been here, right? And then I'm putting my own essence out as well. That's why breath work is important, I think. Dylan says, my to be read is growing every month practically. Those chapters sound interesting. They are. It is so far. Then she says, again, Witch Lungs teaches us that unseen does not equal unknown. Because, you know, you don't see your breath. You don't see air, right? Just because something may seem invisible does not mean it doesn't exist or can't affect, influence, or interact with us. Perception is possible. Embrace the tiny, invisible things that are vastly vital and crucial to fully living. The other thing is, there are interior and exterior spaces, those that are personal and public, permeable and protected. And then she says, we must own our breath. Recognizing our own sovereignty and power. There is a balance between what we take from the world and what we put into it. Anyway, I thought, I don't know, at least I wasn't thinking like that. When I started reading that, I was like, oh, well, hold on. Let me settle in. This got good. I like how she brought that out, Witch Lungs. So, and then there's another point she makes where she says, magic starts with thought. And using your imagination is absolutely a gateway to magic. Being able to picture in some way what you wish to accomplish is the heart of manifestation. I say that all the time. If you don't, and here's my thing, because some people really do struggle with picturing and visualizing. And I don't, but I know that that's a real challenge for some people. I don't understand the mechanisms behind it, but I know it's an issue. I think part of it is some of us have been crushed. Some of us have been forced to be so black and white and practical minded, and and told, especially probably as children, not to dwell in fairy tales and things like that. By the time we're adults, a lot of, I don't know, that innocence, that pure essence has been stripped away, but you can get it back. You just have to be intentional about it. And part of that, when you come to visualization and manifesting, I think you just start kind of baby steps. Feelings. That's why I say emotions, feelings. How do you feel? How does this make you feel if you get, whatever the thing is you're manifesting? What do you feel from that? Build off of emotion, and then you can start to paint a picture. I had issues with struggling with, not that I couldn't visualize, is that I was afraid to, because what if it didn't come true, which is so silly. I was afraid I might get what I want. I feel like a lot of people don't balance things in a craft like sun and moon, divine and masculine, divine feminine, God, goddesses, etc. And you know what? I think we have, especially women, who's very sensitive to masculine energy, especially when the masculine energy have been presented with most of their lives has been accompanied with abuse. So you're going to find a lot of women in abuse of many forms: emotional abuse, physical abuse, whatever. And I feel like you're going to find a lot, especially women in the craft, who are definitely going to be drawn to more feminine energy, the feminine divine goddess energy. And I think that's great. But as you said, with balance, that's probably the healing they need for a period of time. And who's to say how long that time is? But after a while, I do think we need to bring in some balance, and healthy balance, and understand what that looks like and what that feels like. Again, back to feelings, by the way. I can't believe I caught the lie that really happens. Hi, Linda McDowell. Yes, hi. And then Dylan says, yeah, you agree with that? Yeah. So this, I don't know. So far, I'm really, I don't know. I don't know, when I get an author who I kind of like speaks like me. I can't say for lack of better, she doesn't speak like me, but it resonates with me as if it was something I've already said or something I really think. I don't know, that always gets me. And then she goes on, now that you've started to get a sense of your metaphysical lungs, let's take a moment to check in with the physical ones. And then she goes into there talking about like how to do a breathing exercise without shifting your body or changing position. Breathe in through your nose. Pay attention to how the air feels. Your nasal cavity passes through the back of your throat, so forth. And she's telling you to repeat this. And then it's just basically a breathing exercise, a technique. And, you associate thoughts with that and all that sort of stuff. It's a really interesting book. I don't know. I like the practicalities of it. Let me see. Who else is? Yeah, I agree with that. Rowan. Karen B. It is Rowan. Oh, they're talking. Plus, most of us come from Christianity, so most people are comfortable with God or gods. Yeah, I know about that. Y'all know I know about that. Anyway, but yeah, so I want to get back to the other side. So that's the lungs, and obviously you can go a little bit more into that. But then she goes into, I'm going to skip ahead to the witch's bones. That's in chapter 4. And it's the part in the beginning, this little poetry that she has. This is like the beginning of the chapter. And it said, and I love the drawings, by the way. Breath and blood, rhythm sung in bone, cycle of death and life marked in stone. Those who came before us made the mark, conjuring light and balancing the dark. So to your balance. Which bones? Oh wait, there's more. Paths once beaten, new ones yet to tread. What song will our bones sing once we're dead? For those of us who get into not necessarily human skeletal remains or bones, but I mean, unless you have access in a non-crimey way. If you do any work with bones and things like that, you know, the bone, I've heard that before, the bones can tell you things. People use those in divination and things like that, right? Karen B says, this is true, Dylan. For a long time, I couldn't even deal with pagan gods, only goddesses, but I'm healing that, thankfully. Good. I kind of feel like a black sheep in the community because my first deity was a god. Oh, okay. Plus, I use the sun more in my practice, etc. I'll just say this. I think for me, as an Aries, I was intentionally very much only wanting to work with divine feminine goddesses, if I was to work with any. However, there is, I think, something about us being Aries, or I want to say probably the fire signs, where I think that even though we can lean a little bit more, and not saying that no one else can, but I think it's just something about us that we can lean a little bit more into the masculine energy. Oh, good for you. Okay, yeah. I feel like we can lean more into it. I could be wrong. I don't know. That's just what I think. But listen to this. The witch bones give us form, structure, and strength to build our practice upon. I talk about that building tradition, crafting tradition. They remind us of the liminal space between life and death, bringing us the wisdom of the ancestors. Witch bones tells us the stories that became the songs we sing in this life and carry on to the next. One more thing. The earth below our feet is made up of those who have come before us and sets the space that we share with others. That's beautiful right there. I might be an Aries, but my first god was Poseidon. He's still my deity. Oh, wow. Oh, that's interesting. That is interesting. Poseidon. You know what I love? When people say, oh yeah, this is sort of, the deity of choice, or that I work with. And, they'll say, so, and I never saw it coming. I would have never said Poseidon. Like, I love that though. Linda says, I use the sun a lot in my practice. I find it very powerful. I'm still more comfortable working with goddess energy. Yeah, I'm still more comfortable working with goddess energy. However, like I said, I think I can lean into, I do sun energy for sure. Or as I say, solar energy. I like working with that. I actually got some plants when I was out. I didn't bring them in here, but I stopped off. I did my Five Below haul the other day, but I was out and I went to Home Depot and I wanted to get some house plants. And when I'm done here, I'm going to go attack my back area and make that a little bit more prettier. And I've got to weed and dig up stuff, and I had to get some gloves and all that to do all that. But anyway, I was thinking of how I can ritualize that. Just one, still taking from the energy we're currently in, looking towards spring, being hopeful, planting my seeds, so to speak, cleaning up first so I can plant my seeds. Anyway, that's the whole thing. But anyway, the Empress gave you, standing on the shoulders of giants. Anyway, she goes into this whole thing. So that's the bones. I just wanted to give you just a little bit so you know what she's kind of getting to. Then there's the Weaver. I love the imagery. I love it. The drawings that she does. The Weaver, loving the magical body. Oh, no, this is loving the magical body. I thought I hit Weaver. Kendall's acting crazy, but we'll get into it because maybe I'm supposed to be here. Chapter 6, loving the magical body. O temple of breath, blood, flesh and bone, house of my spirit, a serpent sown, labyrinth of being, open the door, following footsteps of those before, painted walls, candles lit, altar dress, my body a map of journey blessed. Oh, I love that. I found out that Adele says, I found out that I worked with him in a past life and wanted to continue our relationship in my next life, which is this one. Ooh. They said, yeah, Home Depot theme song comes. This book seems a bit poetic. And that's just in the beginning of the chapters. She doesn't go in. It's no more poetry. That I'm aware of, that I was reading. There's nothing else. I skimmed ahead of time, but then I went back and actually started reading. So no, it's not like that the whole time. What did I want to point out to you about this? Trying to reconnecting the body. It's a look. Yeah, this is a little bit more. She does ask a journal prompt that I do like. What unhealthy ideas do you hold about your body? What are 3 things about your body that you appreciate? Okay. I like that journal prompt. I want to get to one of these rituals so you know what I'm talking about. Oh, there's more journal prompts. Yeah, ritual. Makeup charm. Applying makeup can definitely be a ritual onto itself, especially if you think about why you're putting it on and how it makes you feel. Even if it's just for you, think about what effect are you looking to achieve. I do think like this. And if you're going out into the world, what do you wish others to see? From setup to physical preparation to the actual application, you can find magic in the process. There can even be a magical way of thinking for when you remove the makeup. I agree with that too. My mom used to say, when she would put makeup on, it's time for me to go put my war paint on. I don't know. I think for her, because she was going out into the outside world and she was like going into work. And, I think I'm aware of it, but as a kid, I know it was rough for her. She's this young mom, unmarried, with a little baby, little kid. She works for the state, and a lot of the people that she's coming in an office, and I know that people had these ideas of, 1, she's young, people talk down to you. 2, she's black. She's getting talked down to because of that. And there's assumption she doesn't know. And she's trying to also make up for, filling the gaps of what she really doesn't know because, she did finish high school, but she hadn't started college or done any of that yet. My mom did actually go to college and graduate. But she was going out to this world, so she would put makeup on. And in her mind, she never got that deep with it, but I'm analyzing it years later. But she would call it war paint. That was her war paint. So I totally get that. How do you see it? It's like, it's yet another protective, layer between you and the world. And also you're presenting yourself in a way that hopefully, they accept you. Anyway, she gives a makeup charm, which I like. Painted lip, eyes. It is a little bit more poetry. Painted lip, eyes so bright. Shadow brush, beauty sight. Skin and soul, glamour art. What I wish makes the part. I like that. Anyway, then she goes into a conversation about tattooing as well. And illustrating, what it is that you want to illustrate on the skin. I would love tattoos, but I'm fearful of pain. And as I read from this Magic of Astrology, one of the things they said is a problem for Aries is that we're fearful. Well, I don't like pain. I don't really have much of a threshold. I'm not trying to develop one. But I love the idea of a tattoo. I got to reconcile that. And I was like, well, can I take something? But they said you have to be careful taking medication or things like that because, I don't know, bleeding or something. I don't know. But isn't there something? Y'all just be raw dogging this paint and getting these tattoos? I do wonder about that. Or some of it just built different where you could just take pain? I can't take that kind of pain. I'm sorry. One needle, just drawing blood. I would give more blood if I wasn't such a punk with the needles. I can't see me ever getting caught up in something in a cycle where I got to shoot up. I wouldn't be me no more. But anyway, so she goes in. Oh, another ritual. They're really called ritual. I'm not just saying that. She said, you can bless a piece of jewelry. See, this is stuff I've done. You can bless a piece of jewelry to have a specific focus or consecrate something to be worn in special circumstances. And then she just breaks down what to do, what to say. Oh, I like this. And it's not in a way You're not gathering. Yeah, gather the objects of the jewelry itself, and the elements described. Perform the 3 breaths and create your space. So she's not saying, oh, go get this, go, get these herbs, do, at least in these sections. So that's really good to know. And she does point out, the author, that is, this is not a spell book. So, like, don't get caught up in looking for spells. Tongue charms. Another ritual, tongue charms. Interesting. A charm for quieting tongues and a charm for empowering tongues. Okay, I'm back. I had to go get my dad from his cab. Okay, thank you. I'm scared to get piercings, but I would probably do a tattoo. Oh, no, come on. I would faint. I would just faint with the piercings. Like, I don't think I can. The tattoo is one thing, but a piercing, I would just pass out right on sight. I don't think I would make it. And I mean that with everything in me. I don't think I can handle that. Plus, there's nothing I want to pierce. I know people used to do hair, the nose. I got a second piercing when I was a kid, a teenager, and I let it close because I never wanted it. I used to think, God, I was such a little narc. I used to think it was a little trashy having a bunch of earrings. As a teenager, I thought this, yes. I was a little nerdy little girl. But the boyfriend I had at the time said, well, I want to get you these earrings. He was from South Philly. He's like, well, I want to get you these earrings, Southwest Philly, excuse me. And he was like, I'm going to get you these gold earrings, but I'll only get them if you put a second hole in. And man, that wasn't really cool that he made me do that. So anyway, yeah. So I went and got my ears pierced like 17, and to get this other hole in my ear, because he thought it was weird that I didn't have 2 holes in my ears, because all of the other girls did. We learn as we get older. I got piercings, but I love simple spells and rituals, right? It doesn't need to be a long drawn out with 20 ingredients. No, it doesn't. Sometimes it's fun though. I ordered vintage art pieces, about thunderstorms, from Etsy, and it arrived. I'm going to add them to my Storm Book of Shadows. You have a storm? Nice. I love that. Oh, that must be really nice looking. Anyway, see, I get distracted very easily. But I like, now that you thinking, a storm. It doesn't storm enough here. Well, when it does storm, it's a storm. But it doesn't, we don't, like when I was in Florida, that would make sense for me. Like I could definitely get on board with like a Storm Book of Shadows, and I could physically connect because it always storms in Florida at some point. Well, what are you going to do? And then the rest of the chapter goes on about eating and magical maintenance, drink water, all that sort of stuff. Like stuff you, like talking about nail care, moisturizer, hair. She's getting into all that stuff about love. But anyway, yeah, this book, and there's a tarot card that she's associating each chapter with. I didn't mention that also. That's interesting as well. But, yeah, it's a very interesting approach, talking about witchcraft and magic and all that sort of stuff. It's very interesting. I haven't read anything like this before. I think for some of us who are more science minded, I guess, I don't know. It's interesting to Anatomy of Witch, how she's tying it to physical functions of our body. I like that. Yeah, I like that a lot, actually. I'm trying to get to something I thought was interesting in here. Tending the Cauldrons. Again, the artwork is so adorable, isn't it? I try to keep it like this so you can see it. Tending the Cauldrons. And then, yes, a little bit of poetry. One cauldron and the belly below, warming the body so life can flow. One cauldron and the chest tends the flame, sets hearts in motions, eyes on the game. One cauldron, a crown over the head, guiding God's spirit holding the thread. I don't know, kind of nice. This one goes into, she's referencing the Strength Tarot card, a ritual to tend to your cauldron of warming. So are you ready to clean the invisible cauldron that will help improve the overall health of your body? While it's not meant to be a replacement replacement for proper food and exercise. This exercise can help remove blockages that may be damaging your heart and create a deeper sense of bodily harmony. And then she goes on to it. Close your eyes, center, visualize a small cauldron sitting there just below the navel. I figure that's what we're going to talk about. Evaluate the state of the cauldron. And then it's like visualization work, and then you wrap up the ritual. See, I've not thought about doing that before. That's a cauldron area. There's a vessel. Oh, I like that too. Ooh, what are y'all saying? No, it was not. Oh, well, geez, that's not cool with him. Girl, the stories. It's not that kind of channel, but the stories I could tell you. I got that one. I might be living in Arizona, but I just love storms. It is, yeah, I know. Believe me, I know. I miss that sometimes. We get a thunderstorm here once a year if we're lucky. Oh, so you know the feeling. You know what? I just, in my mind, I just think it's storms there, but I get it. I don't know why I think that. I sometimes miss them, yeah. Oh, I like that detail about adding a tarot card to each chapter. Yeah, she does. And there's a little bit more information about it. I find that interesting too. Oh man, that sucks, Karen, but love collecting storm water. Yeah. I never got around to doing, or maybe I did I think maybe once I did. I know for me, I would like to go to the ocean sometimes. When I lived in Florida, when it was stormy or right after the storm, or basically when it was safe to go out. Y'all know what I mean? Like if it was a hurricane, if you live in Florida, you know what I'm talking about. There's in an area where you get hit with hurricanes. At some point during the hurricane, don't go outside, but you get to a point where, it's sort of moving away from your general area. So whatever's happened, the devastation, all that, it's happened. Sometimes, as long as it's, no blockages in the road and nothing crazy, it's fun. It would not be fun. It would be cleansing to go to the beach and just see that water and the wildness of it, because you're still going to have rough, the seas are rough. But look at the sky, and you can almost see the juxtaposition of where the storm is not, where the storm is still going, just looking with your naked eye. And I don't know, there's something about that it's very physical, but it's also metaphysical, right? I remember having those moments, just kind of like, you just see, it was like I don't know, there's this thing, storms really do pass, just like everything else in your life, it passes, phases, moments of whatever, bad relationships, a sucky job, being broke. It can pass. Yes, you're having this experience. Sometimes, honestly, sometimes we're born into situations, or, we were brought into it under false pretenses. We didn't sign up for it. But once you realize it and you really don't like it, you can change your situation. It's just that storm passes. And I don't know, something about that does it for me. Living in Florida here, there's nothing that I can really relate to like that. But when I'm in the mountains, it gives me some of that feeling I would get when I would go to the ocean, like the vastness of, and so for me, it's like the largeness, where it's like, I'm so small to this earth, to all of this structure, natural structure around me. And it just kind of makes whatever I think is going on just a little bit smaller, because I was like, this is just sitting here, not moving, just existing, and has been existing. Just still with minimal change, and the sun beats on it, and when it rains on it. People walk on it, but it's still here. And there's something powerful in that message too. When I'm in natural spaces like that, I find something spiritual to connect to. I don't find it, I naturally connect to it. It makes sense to me. I don't know. That's why I like to, if I get to, like last night, I had a crazy dream, and I already know, I don't know if you have triggers in your dreams. When I know I'm at the point where I'm really feeling overwhelmed about something, usually probably around money. If it's like in the back of my head, and I'm like, I keep putting it like, don't worry about it. Well, it comes out, the subconscious comes alive at night in your dreams, right? And for me, it's the water flooding specifically. I don't always have these types of dreams because I don't always have this feeling. But whenever in my subconscious is there and I'm not dealing with it, it comes out in a dream where there's always flooding of water. Last night I dreamt I wasn't in my home. I was in another house. And I think I was like house sitting and someone had a baby there. It wasn't mine. And the cars were underwater. It was a beautiful house and it had water in front. It was waterfront property, but there was a storm. We're talking about it, and water flooded up, and the water was literally at the door, and somehow it wasn't coming inside. It's a dream, but anyway, the sense of panic in that moment in my dream of like, oh my God, it's all around us. I'm flooded in, and that's that feeling you get when you get overwhelmed and you don't know how to fix something and you're not sure of the plan or anything like that. And, you kind of just feel like it's all coming in around you. Yeah, that comes out to me in dreams. That's what I dreamt last night. So this morning, I spent the better part of my morning just doing a full-blown meditation and purposely taking the fearful thoughts, the stuff I had been suppressing, letting it come up, and then replacing it with imagery. Like I like using visions and imagery and all that sort of stuff of a movie in my head. I'm playing out a movie with me, the opposite of what I'm fearing and what that looks like. And I threw in a couple more embellishments as well. And I did that for almost an hour. Like I just sat there and I just did that. And I've been feeling pretty good since then. Like I don't still have like that nagging little feeling in the back of my mind or subconscious about other stuff going on. Anyway, so that helped me. What do we got here? If we get one, I go out with a bottle of some stormwater. Oh, I read that already. It rains but no thunderstorm. Karen B says that no hurricanes on the West Coast either. Good. But what about earthquakes? Do y'all get those up there? And then Dylan says last year there wasn't really any thunderstorms, so it wasn't. So I hope this year will be some, but not harm anybody or anything. That's the thing about, I noticed living here in Arizona, when it storms, it's like catastrophic. Like you're getting water in places you haven't had water, and it can cause some problems. We'll just say that in certain areas. Karen B says, I forgot to you, Mika, I started watching the Discovery of Witchy show. Oh, you did? That you mentioned. It's really good. Oh my God, that show is so good. And my daughter and I sometimes dream of tidal waves. Pretty scary. Yeah, tidal wave. Okay, that would be another one that would send me. If it was a tidal wave, then I would know I'm really over the edge at this point. I can't pull myself back in. If I'm dreaming of tidal waves, that's when I know whatever it is that I'm choosing to suppress and not think about, oh, it's a doozy. But for me, it's like, and I'm aware that this dream metaphor of where it's like, it's kind of like a fast build. The water all of a sudden accumulates, but then it's never threatening me. Like I'm never, I'm aware it's all around me, because the last time I had this dream, it was a car situation where we were driving and the car around us, it was raining really hard. And the water started like going up around the car, but it was never really in the car the same way that it was outside. It was like down by my feet, but it didn't get into the car. And I believe that is also myself letting me know, yeah, this is happening. You might not be able to control all of this around you, right? But you're safe. You're comfortable. You're indoors. You're fine. You're safe. Yes, everything's filling up all around you, but you're safe, see? And that's something I've taken away from it. And even in a dream, I'm aware. Like there's the fear, initial, like, oh my God, we're all gonna die. And then there's like this baby in a dream. Babies in dreams for me always represents something new about to happen. New beginnings, like big new beginnings, not subtle. So I'm mindful of that. I don't know. I don't know what the new beginning is, but can't be all bad babies are kind of cool. I have never felt an earthquake here, but there is always a risk of it. And that right there is another, that keeps me from going too far on the West Coast. That and the money, too expensive. I haven't had a tidal wave in about a year, and I'm glad of it. Yeah, tidal wave dream, I assume. Yeah. I know sometimes I do miss living in Florida. I miss having access to certain parts of nature that exist when you live there, but I don't want to move back to Florida. I've thought about it. I really have, but I really feel like I'm not done with Arizona. And I don't know, I like it here. And I feel like there's something positive here. I used to have these dreams of living in certain places in this country, and I have pretty much lived in all of them. There is one when I was really, really little. I used to have this thing about California, but I don't think so. And if I did, it wouldn't be the LA area. It would be Northern California, and yeah, like. But now, like wildfire season. There's a season for fire. That scares me. That's terrifying. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot to include the word dream in that comment. I'm thinking, wait, I'm sorry, you deal with tidal waves often? I got you. No worries. Anyway, yeah, but as far as the book, I'm still going. So what's probably going to happen, not probably, I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm going to do a full breakdown of this book in a separate video. This is one of those standout books for me. Every once in a while I get a really good witchy book. Something that I feel like even, where I'm sitting down, I can learn from. It mixes up ideas and approaches to magic that I already use, and it makes me want to do something different. I get excited about it. So I'm going to give this a full review, a full breakdown, and really talk through it, and if possible, do some of the rituals in the book and show you what that sort of looks like. Again, it's not like she's not asking you, I'm just flipping through, like a witch's ritual of dedication. Like this one does involve some stuff. She's like an anointing oil of your choice, a white candle, jewelry. Okay, so that's nothing. But I was looking for something. No, she never really got around to saying, oh, have all these things. And nope, she don't talk about that. This is a really nice book, though. I'm sorry. I wish I would have gotten it sooner, and I love the sigil, the Witch's Anatomy sigil. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Anyway, get the book. Get the book. I think the book is a good book to get. But if you're still curious, hold on. I'll do a little bit more further into it because, like I said, I'm still actually reading it. And I want to take my time with it. Time being a week. To really read it the way that I want. Oh, I like this. Be the Witch I Know You Are. And there is a lot more poetry in here than I realized. But I'm okay. It's not in a way, as long as I can understand and interpret the poetry, I'm okay with it. When you start getting into some other type of poetry where, like, I don't know, when I don't know what you're talking about. I was an English major at one point. I switched from computer science to English major, don't ask. And I remember being in this class, and they were talking about poetry or some book or something, and I was like, a book of poetry. And we had to write about it, something like breaking it down. It was like 5 lines. I was like, and they wanted us to write like a 3-page, 4-page essay or something. I was like, there is nothing here. I never got it. I'm not gonna lie. The guy I was dating at the time, he thought he was really smart. So I let him help me, aka help write most of it for me. Because I didn't understand. I was like, I don't get what y'all are saying. The words don't even make any sense. And what are you getting from this? I could not get all this. I couldn't get 4 pages of an essay out of 5 lines. Yeah, that's a cool sigil. It is. I think that's a really cool sigil. I'm really getting into sigils. And I have one that I use often. And that one is like my thing right now. And it's been 6 months now that I've been working with that particular one, and I like it a lot. All right, so I think I'm going to get out of here today because that's all I have to say about the book. And of course, the Five Below haul. This is a cute book, $5. I think it's worth adding to your astrology library. If you're looking for like some cheap, obviously $5 essential oils. Now I know these are not like, these are like for aroma diffusers and things like that, smell good. So if you're comfortable burning candles, store-bought candles, this is okay to burn too. We're in the same thing. Then I got the Heart Chakra vanilla, warm vanilla shiso and warm vanilla incense, which is still keeping me in this season with that energy. And orange, because I like citrus scents, incense, for cleansing and purification of my home. And this is just so cute for $5. And this is, what was it? Yeah, lemongrass, which again, cleansing. But it's a little case, Five Below, to keep your incense in. So I think that's really nice. And the little witchy-esque shirts that I got. Give this world positive energy. And that's a good sleep shirt. I got an extra large. And then this one, never too old for fairy tales. And it's pink, so it's cute, and I like that. So yeah, that was it. And then of course the book itself, Anatomy of a Witch, which I like. I think it's a pretty cool book. Here we go. I think this is a pretty cool book. And I didn't say it was by Laura Tempest Zakroff. They make, I think she does like oracle decks as well and tarot decks. I'm pretty sure she does. Author of Weave the Liminal. Yeah, forward by Christopher Pinzik. He's the, I don't know if it's her business partner, husband, or whatever, but I know they wrote a book on, I have it somewhere on tarot spreads or something like that. We don't have this store in Oregon. Oh, okay. See, yes, bye. I'm getting out of here. All right, so let me go. I have gardening to do. Arizona gardening is not that serious. I have no grass. It's just all container gardening, but it's got to be cleaned up. Spider webs are and everything. A failed water system is just, the hose is just loose in the gravel. And yeah, it's a mess. And I want to start recording out there. So I want to make it a little cute. So anyway, I'm going to go get to that, finish up my little cold nuggets and go outside and do that. And I'll see you guys live next Saturday. And don't forget, if you haven't already considered, go ahead and click that join button if you are so inclined. There's a cute little short video where I explain what it means to be a member here at Leap Taken. Also, leaptaken.com. I offer services. I offer quite a few different things. If you're interested in readings, there's 2 options. So, whichever fits you, we can do that. Then there are mentoring programs as well, if you're so interested in that, where we get to work together and we can really help you build up a magical practice, or kind of fill in the gaps if you already have something established. And then, of course, I offer a monthly service where if you want a reading that's centered around the lunar phases, and you will get information and a nice little page that I send you, beautifully decorated, so you can add to your book shadows if you so desire as well. But yeah, check out leaptaken.com for all of the details. So that is all I got. I'll stop here. Thanks again for watching. Again, I'm Mika. This is Leap Taken. Don't forget the usual, like, subscribe, share. And thanks as always for watching. Bye-bye.